There's one right over there. I can see its stupid fucking eyes. Dumbass exorcist bird. Alright, hey, this is your host, Mavis Salmon, and I'm watching an owl right now. I think it's specifically a spotted barn owl. This guy in town, Leonard, he has this old-ass barn he doesn't use anymore, and he says it's infested by these owls, so I came up here to check it out. I can see one, I've heard a few, but I ain't going in no goddamn haunted owl barn alone. Oh shit, he just grabbed a goddamn mouse right off the ground in the dark. That was pretty cool. I wish I could swallow food whole. Hey, my name is Mavis Salmon, and I'm autistic, and I watch birds. I sit in the woods near my house and watch birds because my father hated them, and I hated my father. This is a podcast about that.
I've been working so much lately when I'm home I feel like a stranger in a foreign country where I can't speak the language of unemployment, minor crimes and plans to get the hell out. I'm gonna fuck the police in my town in a beautiful broken down house. Wa-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. The last couple of weeks I know you've been having trouble breathing and maybe truthfully trouble with most things, but don't you worry if the pipes freeze and the power goes out. But his big friends who are cold in the dark for a beautiful broken down house. Da 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 da, 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 da 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 da.
When I was in second grade, I was dropped off and I saw a group of kids standing over something on the lawn. When I went over to see what it was they were all so goddamn fascinated by, I realized it was a dead bird. One of the other girls was poking at it with a stick, so during lunch, I snuck back out to the front, buried it, and put a little flower over the grave. You know, when I was a little girl, there was a robin's nest on the outer ledge of a window in my elementary school. This bird wasn't one of the robins, but the window where they nested was right next to my desk, and I spent so much time in class absolutely obsessed with those little birds. During art period, I'd usually just draw them, mostly because they were what I saw more than anything else, except my family. Hey, they told me to draw what you know. My dad was not happy about this. Dad fucking hated birds. I've never really been given a clear reason on why my dad hated birds, so it's just been an open-ended question in my life, similar to that, what is the meaning of existence, and can you have a 4-story house? But it doesn't mean I've stopped wondering, I can tell you that. Bird. Noun. A group of endothermic vertebrates, characterized by feathers, toothless beaked jaws, the laying of hard-shelled eggs, a high metabolic rate, a 4-chambered heart, and a strong yet lightweight skeleton. I've always wanted a pet bird as a kid. Begged my parents for one repeatedly. They told me I could have a dog, a cat, a fish, everything except a bird. If it'd just been my mother and me, I'm sure I could have gotten to have one. But because my father was around, he absolutely refused to give any bird access to his home. He wouldn't even let me watch the Nature Channel, because they might show a bird on TV, and even that was too close to having one in the house. So, a few years ago, my dad died, and now I watch birds because he never let me. Dad's still around. I mean, I have him in the freezer box in the basement, but he's dead. Sometimes, after I'm done bird watching, I'll go downstairs and sit in front of the meat box and tell Dad what I saw that day. He may be dead, but I want a stupid spirit knowing what I'm doing that he'd never let me do. It's like reverse haunting. Owls have always had a special place for me, because one of the few times Dad did let me talk about birds, it was when he was driving home from school one night in college, and it was very dark out, and he had this owl fly directly into the driver's side window of his car. just suicide bombed them. Dad apparently freaked the hell out, and the barn owl was just laying dead in the road beside him. I attributed this to why Dad hated birds, but he told me that wasn't the only reason, or even the biggest. So if that incident isn't what did it, then I'm really at a loss for what it could have been. I like this barn owl. I think I'll name him Travis. Those robins on the windowsill at school, they stayed there for years. They'd have children, the children would leave, the parents would leave, the children would come back and have their children in that same nest. It was great watching generations of birds be born in the same spot. My entire family comes from Missouri, so, in a way, I guess my family is like that robin's family. It's a weird feeling to live in one place your entire life, but it's also kind of nice, you know? You get used to everything, no surprises, just consistency, and believe me, I like that. I need consistency. Owls are neat, though. According to a source I read, they live within the darkness, which includes magic, mystery, and ancient knowledge. Related to the night is the moon, which owls are also connected to, and have become a symbol of the feminine and fertility, with moon cycles of renewal. Even the mythology rates owls to this wisdom of femininity. But as a spirit animal, they're emblematic of a deep connection with wisdom and intuitive knowledge. So, if you have an owl as your power animal, you can see what's usually hidden to most, the true reality, beyond illusion and deceit. They also allow you the inspiration and guidance necessary to deeply explore the unknown and magic of life. The traditional meaning of the owl spirit animal is the character of death, symbolic of life transition. The presence of an owl announces change. Oh, a change. Well, that's not good. Let's hope that's not what this stupid barn owl is foreshadowing. I hate change. I should probably go home. Dad probably is thawing a little, and I should turn the temperature on the meat box up a little. It's pretty old these days, and I should probably replace it at some point in the near future. I'm Mavis Salmon. I love birds, I hate my father, and this is my podcast. I hope you come back next week, and remember, birds of a feather analyze trauma together.
Some friends and I were talking in the front room of my old house. Inoffensive interactions, waning interest headed south. When a white-crowned sparrow found the feeder by the window. I've seen rarer birds since then, but the sparrow's still around. Still around, still around.